Hey, everybody. Hola, hola, hey. Y'all remember the song? Hola, hola, hey. I wonder if they were speaking Spanish or were they just, I never thought about it like that, to be honest. That's what was happening when they were going, hola, hola, hey. Hola, hola, hey. All right. Well, we're on 2:00 live. Hey there, Bull 310. How are you? How are you? How are you? Yep. Come join us over on Facebook or join us on YouTube so you can make sure you see the screen. I want to be sure that if you're here, you can see the screen, and that will happen at either Facebook and yeah, I'm good. That'll either happen over in Facebook or in on the YouTube. On the YouTube. Welcome, and welcome again to 2:00 live. Yes, I might just go ahead and keep that one, only because it just seems to be sticking. You're right. I could, if we had something different, maybe it'll stick different. But until I get me a new song, I'm just going to sing the one I got. Hey, alrighty. So it is Wednesday afternoon. Looks like we've had some interesting things happen yesterday and today. Microsoft went through the roof yesterday, just went on running on to see what the end gonna be. Netflix decided it was gonna do the same thing. I believe Netflix has earnings either aftermarket today. I believe it's aftermarket today. That may be something behind them running. Carvana decided it was ready to hop on a horse and run up too. I don't know though. Carvana doesn't have any cash flow. So what we buying though? What we buying? Carvana, they're running up into the 50s. Been a minute since they've been in the 50s. They were like on the edge of bankruptcy, and they may still be. They don't have any money. No money. Hey, Cynthia. But now their prices have run up real nice. And we trade what we see. Absolutely. But you also keep in mind a shaky foundation. If you build your house on the sand, it might not stand in the wind. When the winds blow and the storms come, it might not stand. So you want to be sure that you trade and going in either direction. Another thing I love about options, you can trade options either way, baby. You going up, we can trade put credit spreads, we can sell puts, you can buy calls. If it's going down, you can buy puts, you can sell covered calls, you can do call credit spreads. There's so many options. You can short the shares. As a seller, there's all kind of stuff we can do. All right. Today, our topic is going to be what kind of things do we look for when we're going to trade just the afternoon. We've talked about XSP at the end of the last several calls. I take us to XSP, and all we've looked at is the delta. But I want to kind of give a little more information on what do you really look for before you enter these afternoon trades. There's some stuff you're looking for, right? To see if it's going to, what strikes are going to be good, what strikes are going to hold up nicely for us. We're looking at a few things before we enter these afternoon trades. Now, as sellers, we do like time decay. So the closer to expiration we are, the better. We do like that. That works for us. When you're a buyer, you need to catch the pop and catch the move. But when you're a seller, you really can get closer to time. As long as you're getting premiums that you like, you can enter for the afternoon. So I'm going to share my screen here in a second, and we're going to look at SPX. Even though we've been trading XSP because XSP requires less collateral, which I think if you're starting off with this, you definitely should start with XSP, not SPX, because SPX to me, I always say it's for the SP experts. You need to be a lot more experienced if you're going to use SPX. And I'm not mentioning what kind of experience level you all have, because I really don't know what everybody's experience level is. But what I'm saying is, if you are a beginner, don't start there. Don't start there. If you're a beginner, don't start with SPX. I don't care who you know that is doing SPX. If you're a beginner or you're not comfortable with credit spreads, you're not great with credit spreads, then don't go there. Start someplace else, build yourself up. This is wisdom. I'm giving wisdom. Don't jump out there because somebody else out there. Doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. Don't do that. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to share alike. And I'm going to put us onto a thing where we can talk about the things that we look for before we enter the afternoon trades. I'm moving this out of the way so I can still see, but I need to be able to see this chart. Hope everybody can see the chart. Yes, yes. Am I sharing properly? And did I share what I wanted to share? Let me see. Or the profile I wanted to share. Did it pick the one? Yes, it did. Yes, it did, I say. All right. So first thing you want to look at, no matter what trade strategy you're using, you want to look at the chart. Okay? Look at the chart. Clint Kelly says SPX and have big money. You can have big money with SPX. You absolutely can. But I really want, if you're prepared for that and you're experienced enough for it, we got a strategy for it. You know, the SPX playbook, I think it's running along the bottom of the screen, the ticker. The SPX playbook is a strategy that we use every single day. We utilize it in my community. That's what we do. Speaking of which, if you are really wanting to trade SPX, you want to get, stronger on the strategy. I'm doing a training this coming Saturday with it. You can go to my website and get registered for the training. I'm doing that this Saturday, walking right through the SPX playbook strategy and answering all the questions. We actually have some amendments and things some ways we kind of make it work for us multiple ways. So you got some choices. We like having choices. But we can do that. That's this coming Saturday. If you want to get registered with that, go ahead to my website, Educator2Trader.com, and get locked in. But the first thing you want to look at, if you're looking at any trade for the day, to see what did price action do today? What did the price already do today? I told you we're looking at SPX. XSP does the same thing. It just does it at 10% less. So you can take this back number off. XSP right now should be at 456 because you can take off that last number. It's doing its thing. All right. So I'm going to put some lines here. We've got some resistance up here at the top, about 45.75. At this point, the support that might have been here, which I would have looked at this gap, but the gap is where we closed yesterday, might be what you're looking at for your supports. Because it kind of, you saw up in here, let me try to see if I can make this a little bit bigger. You saw up in the time frame from, what's this, 1245, 1230 till about 145. Prices tried, the bears are pushing down, but the bulls are trying to hold it up. But I think the bears might have won. Now it's into the gap, the overnight gap. It is there. And it may go on down into those gaps. This is a 15-minute chart, which means every candle is 15 minutes worth of data. Okay, so first thing you look at when you're talking about trading something in the afternoon is what has the price done already today. You're looking at a chart first and foremost. All of it's based on everything, every strategy. I don't care how many indicators you got. It's all based on this chart and what has price action done. You're looking for your support and resistance zones. Do stocks always respect those zones? No, but you got a much better chance using the zones than you do if you don't. If you just shooting in the dark going, oh, it's going down, let me hop on a put. And it may be going down straight into a support zone. And you hopping in at the time when it's getting ready to hit the support and turn around. That ain't what we want. We trade wiser than that. We got a little more experience than that. Right? So price is going down right now. Our support, as I see at the bottom of this gap from overnight, is 45.55, and we're currently at 45.58. This is probably a good example of what I was just saying. It comes down to a support, turn around, you jumping in at the last minute because you've seen it going down, but you kind of got in late. Now, if you're doing credit spreads, You don't got to worry about the whole whether it's popping one way or the other. What you need to know is if you're doing credit spreads or you're selling, you need to know where it won't go. Where it won't go. So we look at the chart first. We look at the chart first for support and resistance zones during the day. And what you can do, I usually start with the 15-minute chart. You definitely can change it to a shorter time frame. And if you go with a shorter time frame, you're getting a little more fine-tuned view of what price has done today. You can see there is a little bit of there was some support right in here in this 45.62 area. There was some support in here. Finally, the price pushed on through it. It hit it a few times. Boom, boom, boom. Fourth time, it said we're going through. I'm going down. That's what it said after the fourth time of hitting this zone, this same support area. The fourth time, it said, can't hold me back. So it's coming on through. Support for 45.55. We're looking at charts to see where do we think price will not go. As a seller, you want where price will not go. All righty, that's what we're looking for as a seller, where price will not go. Hey, Miss Deborah. All right, looking at the chart first. I'm going to see if I can get XSP to show up. The chart sometimes on thinkorswim for XSP doesn't always want to act right, but looks like it wants to do right today. It wants to act right, act like a do right man. 455.89 is where XSP is right now. And if we want to put some support and resistance lines on here, we got a little bit, something's happening in this area. Again, the bottom of the gap is down here. Now, this was a buyer's gap. It jumped up, which means there are buyers hanging out in here. So as it hits prices, there may be buyers that will help push it up. And when it gets to the bottom, it may turn around. That's what you understanding charts. If there's one thing I could encourage you to learn as a trader is to learn how to read charts and to learn some candle patterns. You don't got to learn all of it because there's a whole candlestick Bible that is, 100 pages. You don't have to learn all the formations, but definitely learn some of the key formations, like where a price overtakes another price. That's a turnaround or a reversal, it's called. Like this one here. These two candles right here, I don't know if y'all can see them. If you're looking at your phone, you may not be able to see it as clearly, but you want to look for some patterns you want to have that are useful. Like this one between these two candles, this is a reversal pattern where this one candle overtakes the last candle in a big enough way. That's a reversal pattern going on there, right? And what happened? It went up, hit this place, and it's reversed. It came down, right? It did. This long wick means it was trying to turn back around, which it did. And then it went back up to the same place where it reversed before. It couldn't go through there. It reversed again, and it's been going down ever since. All righty. Those are the kinds of things you want to kind of pick up on. What are the reversal candles or candles that are continuation patterns? These are things that you can learn, and you can learn all those things online. People have lots of different graphics and things. The Candlestick Bible you can find as a PDF for free, and I may link it to this video. Let me put it on my thing. The Candlestick Bible, I'll put it so that way I put the link in the chat. I mean the link in the comments for subsequent people. The Candlestick Bible, it's a free resource. You just learn these different candlestick patterns that are useful, maybe useful to your trading knowledge. All right, useful to your trading knowledge. But this is what XSP has done today. This is a 5-minute chart, like I said. It's coming on down. There was a support area right in here, right in the 456 area. This is where it hit 4 times, like I said, and then it came on through the 4th time. Anything you hit it enough times, it'll go ahead and weaken, right? So it weakened, and then now we've got prices that are going down a bit, down to 455 and 55 cents. First thing we're looking at the chart. Second thing we want to look at is what is the Dow doing for the day? What is the Dow doing today? So the Dow, DJIA, not Dow, the people who, I don't think it's DJIA. Oh my, there we go. Mini Dow, those /YM it is on thinkorswim. It's different things in different places. I think it may be DJIA if you're looking on like finance, like Yahoo Finance and Trading View. I believe it's DJIA on Trading View as well. But it's /YM on thinkorswim. This is the Dow. You're looking at what the Dow has done. If we're looking right up here, we want to see next to these numbers. I'm not sure if y'all can see up here. The Dow is 3352.33, but here you can see it's been up 91. It's gone up 91 today. Dow Jones has gone up. This candle, this chart looks like it went up and then came on back down. You want to take a look at it, not just what the number currently is, but what direction is it now going? In this case, if I didn't look here, but the Dow back here was at 354.17, right? This was 200 more points up here at the top. And it's still up in the positive 91, but now it's less green than it was, if that makes sense. Here it would have been another 200 points green. So it would have been at 291. Now it's at just 91. So you're looking here at the chart to see, is the Dow still going up? Because generally, if it is, then the market is also going up. SPX and XSP would also be going up. But if the Dow has turned around and turned green, or turned red, then, well, it hasn't turned red. Take that back. If the Dow has turned around and is less green than it was, then the S&P 500 is probably doing the same thing, right? This lets you know that now we're going downwards. We've been going down. The Dow has been going down since 10:20 this morning. So we're on a downward ride at this point. You keep that in mind when you're thinking about what you're going to do for your trade. You think about so do I want call credit spreads above it? Do I want to do put credit spreads? Prices coming towards me and I got 2 more hours of market time. That may not be the best. May want to look a little closer at doing maybe a call credit spread above one of these resistance areas. You might look at doing call credit spread higher than the resistance on the charts that you're looking for, right? We're looking at SPX and we're looking at XSP, but you see that it's been going down. So because of that, you're looking for potentially a call credit spread above your resistance areas instead of getting a put credit spread and get in the way of a moving train, right? We don't want to be in front of a moving train. You can look here on the SPX too. It's been going down since 10:20. It did dropped and then came back up into this same general area, but then it went down. It's been going down ever since. So today is a downward moving day. Okay. First thing you want to look at is the chart. Second thing you want to check is the Dow to see what direction, how is the Dow moving, right? The next thing you want to check is you want to check the VIX. The VIX is the volatility index. I don't think it is just VIX. The VIX is the volatility index. Like how nervous are people? It's the fear gauge within the market. What are people feeling? Generally, when the VIX is going up, the market is going down. And now notice I said generally, because sometimes the market's doing stuff and it's not operating like it's supposed to. It's not doing what we're used to it doing. Not all the time. So the VIX has been going up though all day. The VIX has been going up all day. Right? Down here, the VIX was 1318. Now it's 1365. These are not like huge jumpy numbers, but the VIX is still going up. And if the VIX is going up, the market is most likely going down. And we saw on our chart, SPX, that the market actually is going down. The Dow's going down, S&P's going down, and the VIX is going up. Okay, now that we've got some idea on what we have for direction, we can then go to, I want to look at trade. I want us to look at the implied volatility for the day. Okay, let's go back to SPX. We can look at SPX and we can look at XSP. Like something's in my eye. Okay, SPX. Come on, there we go. There's this number over here. I call it the plus minus number, but it's like the IV percent over here. It's the implied volatility, what the expected move is for the rest of this day, for between now and expiration. I know that you can see this in thinkorswim. I don't think you can see it. I think if you're using TradeStation, you can see it on the desktop, but you can't see it in the apps. If you're doing this, if you got thinkorswim, you can see this number over here, this plus minus number, I call it. It has a real name, the implied volatility. It's basically saying, the broker is saying, they believe that between now and expiration today, because this is the 19th we're looking at, which is today, they're saying between now and the end of the market today, SPX could move plus 9.9 or minus 9.9, somewhere in that window, plus or minus 9.9. So you best say round it to 10, right? Let's just round it to 10. It's saying it could go, they're thinking it could go up as much as 10, which would put you at 45.68. Or it could go down as much as 10, which would be 45.48. They're saying that this is the window that we think it'll move. They think it'll move. Tomorrow, it says between now and tomorrow, you got plus or minus 28. Between now and Friday morning, you're careful if you're doing Friday expirations, but between now and Friday expiration, let's go with that one, plus or minus 38. It's another way that you can use this number to help you maybe find you some strikes that you like. Right? You know that we're probably going down. We're not probably going down. The market is going down. We do see that based on the chart today, we are going down. So you can see maybe how far do I think it'll go down, right? How far do you think it'll go down? Based on this, now I changed it over to XSP, and in XSP, I'm going over here. Let me flip this right here because now we're looking at implied volatility. For XSP, it's saying, thinking it's going to go down. Come on, arrow. There we go. 0.9, less than $1, because the other one was 9.9, and now this one is 0.9. Take off your 10%, right? So we're looking here for the plus minus 0.9 to see that this is for XSP, that it could potentially go up almost $1 to 456.80. Or it could go down $1 to 454.80. That can help you when you're picking strikes. So if you're saying it can go up as high as 456.80, then you want to get 457. You want to go above that. You want to go to 457 there. You want to go above that. Or if it can go down as far as 454.80, then you want to go below that, which will be 454. Now we're looking at the single chart. Checking out our deltas again. Remember, we talked about our probability of out of the money. 455 here has a nice little probability on it. And 457. So 455, 457. Let's switch over to our vertical. If y'all want to look to see. Remember, listen. Do it in your sim first. Do it in your paper trading first. Don't be doing this live yet, because Arlissa said, yes, she did say, but she also said, do it in your sim. She also said, try it in your paper account. She also said, practice it in on demand before you go live. Now, if you choose to go live with your own money and it works out, if you choose to go live and it don't work out, I'm going to still clap because I'm feeling like you should have listened, right? I want us to all be prepared. Be prepared. You got to be prepared, which means you got to practice. Practice makes perfect. So we liked 455, 454, but now keep in mind, price is still going down. So we may not want to do our put credit spread just yet. We might want to hold off on that one, but 457 may not have much money going on because price was coming down. If price is going away from the direction where you're entering the trade, the premiums will also be dropping. So let's see, 457, we got 6 cents. Maybe we adjust it to $8. $8 there means we're going to stay in the 457 range. We're going to take in $8 in premiums. We're going to pay $1.50 in fees. We're going to keep $6.50 for $100 of leverage. You want more Monties, you put on more contracts, right? But you get safe. You'd rather be in a safe place first versus trying to get all the money on one leg. I mean, on one contract. Don't try to do that. Don't try to do that, because trying to get too close to the fire, you might get burned. We don't want that. Price seems to be stalling a little bit. I don't see it doing a whole bunch of moving, and it seems like it's trying to go up a bit. 455.92. It was at 455.80. So it seems to be trying to turn around. Let's flip our chart real quick, because see, I'm notorious for flipping back and forth between the option chain and the chart, because you want to see what is price doing. When you're making your moves, you can start seeing why are the premiums starting to fluctuate a bit. What's going on here? So this looks like it is definitely trying to do some turning around. Will it continue longer term? Not sure, but you can see that this is an area here at the 455.78 where it definitely is turning. This is another one of those what I call them reversal patterns, where you got an overtaking. See how this green is not overtaking, but it could also come up here and hit this resistance here and go back down some more. That's why you want to take a look, and you're watching all your pieces to see what's going on. The overall trend is downward. So you got to remember that if we don't fight the trend, if the overall trend is downward, then we're going with that. Right? If the overall trend is downward, we're going with that. Keeping that in mind when you're making your decisions. All right. Let me go back to the trade. We liked 455. I'm going to switch back to the single. Make sure that the single life is where we want. 455. Yep. Before I said 455 was good. 83% out of the money, which means it's a 17% chance it'll be okay. Go back to vertical. 455. Now there's not as much money at 455. 7 cents. We might be able to take this up a little bit. Now we took in what, $8 on the other side, right? And now we're going to see about taking in 7 on this side. That's going to be $15 we're receiving in premiums off of this iron condor. It's going to be $15 we're going to receive. Means we need the price to stay between, we want the price to close. It don't have to stay, but we want it to close between 457 and 455. We want the price to close between 457, I think I picked, and 455. Now 457, price wants to climb up a little bit. What are we doing? Yes, sir. That's how that goes. You put in there, but you were comfortable with I think it was 457 we picked. Yep, we did pick 457. Now you got to keep an eye on it to make sure it doesn't start running crazy and go all passing through. But when you decide you like something, you stick with your convictions. You say, yes, I think I like it. Now, if you get into it and it seems like it don't want to go the way it's going, then you can divorce a bad decision at any time. All you have to do is buy the close. If it doesn't work the way you like it and you decide, I don't think I want that, then buy to close. You buy and you close it back up. But if you've done your looking at your chart, looking at the VIX, looking at the Dow, looking at your implied volatility, checking out your deltas, if you've done all those things, then you got to trust yourself. All right. It can be very scary. I already know it can be very scary to at times push the button. It can be tough to push the button because nobody wants this to not go their way. Nobody wants this to not go your way. We realize that. We realize it, right? So, I didn't look here. I wanted to maybe look at SPX, but I don't want to do that just yet. Maybe tomorrow. We'll spend a little time talking about SPX tomorrow because we're getting ready for our training. We're getting ready for our training on Saturday. So I want to get your brains and your minds. I did click the bid. When you're selling, that's a very good question, Miss Deborah. When you're a seller, you click the bid column. When you're a seller, you click the bid column. All right. You, as a seller, we are bidders. When you are a buyer, you're clicking in the ask column. But when you're a seller, you click the bid column. You're a bidder. All right. Very good question. Still got the boot camp going on. I said allow. I don't think it ever showed up. I was going to share my screen, but I don't think it ever it ever showed. The browser has blocked your screen. Interesting. Can y'all still see me? It says the browser has blocked my screen. What's that all about? We're still doing day 2 of the boot camp. We're finishing it up today. Yesterday, we had a really good time, really good situation yesterday. If you missed it, but you want to jump on in, listen, all are welcome. Come on too, jump on in. Yesterday was recorded, and you could watch the video from yesterday. We got a little bit into some basics. Today, we're going deeper, and we're going to get into the meat of things a little bit more this afternoon, this evening, on the second half of the boot camp. The Options 411 for Newbies Boot Camp. All right. If you're on my YouTube channel, please like and subscribe. Make sure that you pass the word. Tell folks that we're here. Tell folks what we're doing. I'm a coach for option sellers. I'm helping people to trade options as a seller. I'm on all the places on social media. You can find me Educator2Trader. If you're not a part of my Facebook group, then go ahead and ask to join our Facebook group, Educator2Trader. We're all over there. You can find me on Facebook if you're looking for me there. Instagram, TikTok. I do Twitter a little bit, a teensy bit. And we're just trying to get the people, all the people knowledgeable about trading options. Yes, you finally made it, Miss Rhonda. So glad. So glad. Yeah. Like and subscribe to the channel. Pass the word, please. Saturday's training, if you're interested in that, please go ahead and get registered for that. We do have a membership. Within my membership, we trade together. We have a pre-market call. We have coaching on the weekends. We play games together, basically. On some second Saturday, we do Cash Flow 101. We trade together. We've got a Telegram group where people are supporting one another in their trading decisions, because trading can be a lonely endeavor. And sometimes you just want somebody else to say, it's okay to push this trade, or it's okay to stay in, or it's okay to get out. Sometimes you just need somebody to support you and say, I think you're going to be okay. Or somebody to come along and say, I don't think this is going to turn around, boo. You might want to go ahead and, lock in a smaller loss. Yeah. Tomorrow we'll talk more about the SPX, because what we offer there is really a good comprehensive strategy. And I really would like for enough people to be able to see it and watch us train it and see how it goes. We got some folks who are going to teach us what to do. All right. I'm going to see you all in all the places. All right. We do 2 things in this community. 2 things. We stay green and we get this money. All right. I'll see y'all later. Definitely tomorrow at 2:00 live. All righty. Bye-bye, everybody.